niggas to God.
From niggas to God, this the Renaissance. We been in France, age of enlightenment, we been enhanced. The illuminated ones, bitch, we been advanced. They hate and I'm listening. If Egyptians were so evil, then I'm Satan. The Christians, they hate that I'm glistening, hate that you listening. Know the ledge, KTL, red and blue, nether rules. Who the fuck they said of you? Said of two, said Heru, all in my splendor. 5% God, 10% vendor, 44 mind bender, 60% of designs rendered. Time bender, going to November, headed back to Zion, reborn in placenta. Blood moon, Mimi Force, porno agenda, Scorpio agenda, Kevorkian agenda. Took over the game with sea moss in a blender, turning grown men into women. Bender of the agenda, Bender of Belinda. Up is where I sent her, Bender on the window. Game like Nintendo, pass the bar exam, no public defender. Public pretenders, this about the power.
Black Power, welcome to another edition of Baba TV House of Consciousness. I'm here with the mighty Brother Red Pill, KTL, Empowerment, Know the Ledge Radio, all that. Brother, I haven't seen you in a minute. Word, it's always a wonderful thing to see my brothers and sisters. When I come to Harlem, my day ain't complete until I can get the hell out of Syracuse and come down here. I'm not satisfied up there. So what words of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, first and foremost, Brother Baba, it's always a pleasure seeing you. You know what I mean? Especially when you come and visit us in these streets. You know, it's definitely, you know, a good day when you pop up. So, you know, we out here, you know what I'm talking about. The summer's winding down. It's been a long summer. You know, we still here doing what we do. And it's just, you know, consciousness is expanding. The devil is showing his fangs. A lot of niggas is running scared, you know, burying their head in the sand. But at the same time, there's a whole clip. There's a whole room full of people that are waking up daily. We see it out here. We in these streets for that purpose. You know, we were having a conversation earlier about the street consciousness versus or compared to other forms of consciousness, such as book smarts, being in the library and whatnot. You know, speaking about the importance of being in these streets, being able to pull from experiences, being able to pull from all four corners, you know what I mean? Being that you can't be a library dude and be in these streets teaching the people or even really learning much. You feel what I'm saying? Because the way that you're taught is not allowing you to even pick up the information that you have to pick up. You're not able to, because everything is not coming from a book. It's the book of life. It's from experiences. It's from your interactions with people. It's from being able to stand in these streets and watch people over the years. I've been in these streets for over a decade on 125th, stationary in a fixed spot, right across the street from the Apollo. You feel what I'm saying? Broadcasting, you know. And you get to see a lot of things, you know what I mean? You're able to take surveys, you're able to take the temperature, you're able to see the devolution and the evolution of certain types of people. So, you know, it's a good thing, man. And Bobby, you play a part of that. You've been documenting black history, okay? Because that's what this is. Black cosmic energy, you know what I mean? Dark matter energy. You've been documenting it, its ebb and flow for about a decade, you know what I mean? For a long time. I've been out here for a decade doing the same with Know the Ledge TV, Know the Ledge Radio, Know the Ledge Empowerment, now Know the Ledge University, Kings County Clothing and everything, you know what I mean? So it's just a good thing, man. It's a good experience. I'm just blessed.
Red Pill, let's talk a little bit about the anniversary to the Million Man March, Justice or Else. Yeah, or else. Will you be attending that?
Well, Brother Wesley Muhammad was, he came on our platform on Blog Talk on Know the Ledge Radio and actually launched Justice or Else. That was the first time that it was put out there. That was the beginning, the warning shot. Huh? The first shot in the race was on our radio show by our brother True Islam, Wesley Muhammad. We've done some shows with our brother Rich on Underground, UGR Radio, Collaboration, KTL, and we spoke about you goddamn right we're gonna be on that lawn. You know what I'm saying? Is a pigeon flying? You know what I mean? Is a fish swimming? Huh? You feel what I'm saying? It's a fly on shit. I'm gonna be in DC, right? With my army, right? With my family, with my nation, with my people. Because keep in mind, peep this, that should be called the Great Gathering. You know, description and naming is everything. Sometimes you have to put in certain names or you have to use certain titles in order to have people perceive things for what it is. I'm not a politician and I'm not religious and I don't join or I haven't joined, I don't belong to any organization, but I'm a graduate and also a student of multiple schools of thought and knowledge. So diverse that we would be out here till about midnight if I kept running them down. That's how I stay busy and that's how I occupy my time. Don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? So the Nation of Islam is one of my, well rather the Nation of Islam through the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, then our brother Farrakhan. Those are some of my foundation. That's my teachers. And I'm not arrogant. I'm not so fucking proud like some of these weirdos out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not such a hypocrite that I will go through a school of knowledge, come through it, eat at the table, pick up the information, graduate, or move on to another school of knowledge, and then shit where I eat or shit where I sleep or I slept. Huh? Who does that? We're talking about character of people now. You got to start looking at the character of the man or the men or the women who do shit like that. When people like that expose themselves on film and in, you know, and in social media and other places, you just gotta, you're almost forced to sit back and begin to analyze and put these niggas on the scales. So there have been some things that have taken place in the Nation of Islam, you know, while I was doing what I was doing and they were doing what they were doing, and I don't have nothing to do with that at the end of the day. It didn't harm anybody in my direct circle. It didn't harm anybody that sits at the table with me. It didn't take anybody that I know's freedom away. It didn't help deteriorate, you know, or expedite the deterioration of the health of anybody that I'm aware of. So people have personal gripes and they are fully allowed to do that and have that. You know what I mean? I would never come in between that. You do what you do. But I'm just speaking about what I'm going to do and what I'm going to be and who I'm representing. I'm representing the conscious community. I'm representing the conscious network. I'm representing my brand, Know the Ledge, KTL. I'm representing Red and Blue. I'm representing Dr. Sabi, Dr. Valentine, Dr. Blair, Hakeem Bey. You know what I'm saying? The Moors in antiquity, the ancient Kemetic 18th dynasty, and therefore I'm representing all of that when I show up because I'm all that and then some. So you got to take your show on the road if you representing all of these nations in your bosom. You know what I mean? If you a wave amongst yourself, then don't be scared or don't feel like you shouldn't be exporting that wave into other people's, you know, into gatherings amongst your people. So wherever the family is at, that's where I'm gonna be at. I'm at every lecture, huh? Even certain lectures with lecturers that I don't necessarily agree with. I'm still at the lecture because it's about the gathering. You don't get these times. You don't get to repeat these times. So we're in such a situation, and I never go on record saying that we're in a bad state because the state is your state of mind. You feel what I'm saying? So depending on where you're seeing yourself in the movie, when this pendulum is swinging, determines your state of mind. So I'm not in a bad state. We're in a great state as a people. We're in the best state of our lives. Huh? Police killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, Europeans are rising up, you know, acting crazy and shit, talking crazy. You know, the policy enforcers that you misnomer and call police, they're brutalizing people. This is a great time. These are times they were prophesized by the great ones. Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, huh? We could go on, the list goes on. They spoke about these times. Even if you want some Bible toting shit, they spoke about this in your holy books. So we're in great times. I love to be in prophecy with the purpose, doing what I was built to do. Huh? So how couldn't this be good times? So as a result of being in great times, I can't wait to meet the family. I can't wait to see the family. I can't wait to build the family. God damn it, they need to get me up on that podium and let me do my 1, 2, 3 and speak for a generation, speak for my generation that is of all ages. You feel what I'm saying? We've been out here putting in monumental work, so you goddamn right, justice or else. I would love to be up there to address 1 million melanated aboriginal cosmic beings. Why not? You know? So yeah, I'm there. I know I'm long-winded, but hey, you know, we on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? What else you got to do? But yeah, I look forward to seeing everybody there.
Brother Ray, yeah, I definitely will be in the house. You know, I've been hearing here and there, I've been hearing that, you know, if we go there, all we gonna do is make, you know, white people rich with the hotels and, you know, build their economics up. Speak a little bit on that, Red.
There's a company that exists. It's worth a few $1 billion called Airbnb, family. We talked about this before. The reason why Airbnb is winning, the reason why Uber is winning is because they have tapped into what is known as the share economy. And in the share economy, what they're doing is they're taking stuff that they have available, like extra rooms, right? Empty rooms in the crib, you know, and they're monetizing it. They're taking extra cars or their own cars, turning them into taxis and monetizing it. I say all of that to say this. This is your litmus test, Black America. Stop being so goddamn victimizing. Stop being so goddamn lazy. Stop being so goddamn negative. Don't you know that there's power in our words or in our thoughts? Why can't you just say, wow, October will be a great opportunity for us to go forward and make $1 million on transportation and traveling large? Why can't you, with all of the drug money that you got accumulated, or all of the money that you got and, you know, saved up, it don't necessarily got to be drug money, but I'll go from that extreme all the way to the other extreme so I can cover all bases and qualify all monies or currencies. Why don't you begin to invest in bus services? Holla at me. KTL Empowerment at Gmail. Your brother. I have a list of melanated, aboriginal, indigenous owned bus. I have a network of buses coming out of both Tennessee and also Houston. You can rent your own bus services. You can rent your own transportation services. You can rent or get in contact with the inhabitants, the melanated brothers and sisters of Washington, D.C. or the DMV area, and find out who has an empty room and give them some bread. Let's not be so goddamn frugal, and let's not be so, let's not be so cheap with ourselves, and let's practice what we preach and put some money in our brothers and sisters' hands. So should we be on Greyhound? Hell to the nah. Should we be on the China bus? Hell to the nah. Should we be on Megabus? Hell to the nah. We should be on melanated owned bus services. Go ahead and Google it. And if you don't find one, then all you have to do is find a bus service that you can go ahead, put some money together, and put your bread up and put the down payment and get the goddamn bus rented and take it to DC. With all the people in your state that's going to Eventbrite or going to meetup.com October the 10th, 2015, Justice or Else, Rochester bus, Rochester committee, right? Have a meetup.com or eventbrite.com. You people come together and get, goddamn it, hashtag Black Lives Matter, because that's the shit people be Googling and they'll go to that. And then you put together your group Y'all put your money up, and then ta-da, you saved you some bread. You know what I mean? You ain't put no money. I mean, you put some money in that company that you rented it from. Hopefully they're Aboriginal. Make sure if they're not black or if they're not melanated, make sure they're melanated or less melanated. God damn it, the European should be at the bottom and the last of that list. You know what I mean? If you have to go through your Bodican brothers or your East Indian or your Asiatic, go through them. It's good. I know. It's good. Yo, you met Frank Lucas's family? Oh, this brother goes and he watches the video.
Yes, sir. And one last question. I got to play devil's advocate again on this one. You know, there are those who will say, well, you know, what, you know, it wasn't no accomplishments on the last one, you know, 20 years ago. You know, what's the purpose? What's going to be accomplished on this one?
Going back to what I said earlier, brother. The weight is on your shoulders. You know. A moon on the phone? Tell him I'm going to chop it up with him in a minute. We got a war taking place against our people, right? Which was prophesied, which was spoken about. So, the same way that you didn't do nothing when you was gathering with yourself 20 years ago, I can understand how you could say that gathering 20 years ago didn't do anything. How the hell do you know? What do you know about what it did when you were either not there or you may not have, you don't even know where to fucking look at? Did you think that the world was gonna get taken over by niggas after the Million Man March? Were we supposed to build a black town? Like, what was supposed to happen? I don't know. I think the title was Atonement, right? I was in Fairfax locked up right down the river. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother. Okay? In Fairfax, if anybody know about Fairfax, you know that they don't play out there. I was in that jail praying that I was able to be at that march. Sitting in a room with a whole bunch of goons, waiting for Minister Farrakhan to give the word.
That's right.
Waiting. Had the Mexicans waiting too with us. He ain't say the word, but I'm good with that. Whatever the hell he did say, he said it. And there was other people that got up there that day and they said some things. Right. But just seeing 1 million black people on the lawn responding to that call and the potential that had, that gave me that battery that I needed. And now 20 years later, I'm in the world and I'm a different person and I have a purpose that I'm living out and I'm carrying out. So, you know, 20 years later, shit, you know, it could be doing, it did something for me and I wasn't even there, you know. So let's have some goals. Let's have some objectives. You're allowed to go on that lawn and have a plan. You're allowed to have an objective as an individual who wants to bring it to his family. It's not about going there to worship every single word that Louis Farrakhan gets up there and say. Nobody said that. He called for 10,000 shooters, or real men translation for the politically correct. But he said, I want 10,000 shooters. Let's keep it a fucking buck. Huh? I want 10,000 real niggas. All you niggas on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, huh? And Chirac and all of these other places where it's all kind of hammers on your feed. You threatening to shoot this person and you talking about what you did, what kind of work you put in, how many niggas you laid out, how many teardrops you got for how many people you shot. Yeah, he basically called you niggas out. You know what I'm saying? And told you niggas to get out the house and come on down. And we got some things we need to talk about. It might not be on CNN. That conversation might not be on Fox. Facts, respectively so. Huh? But there's some mission, there's some folders we might pass you niggas that day. You know what I'm saying? It may be some names with some GPS directions on it, with some instructions attached. Why not? So it's a different ball game. We in a different time era. Okay, the stakes is high. You feel what I'm saying? It's 1 million of us in the community already that's awoke and ready to do some things. We have an industry called consciousness. You got fashion, you got film, everybody got cameras, you got theater, you have music, you have art. Why we not getting together and solidifying our industry so we could cake up? Where's the fucking resources at? I've been in these streets for 10 years and I ain't meet one nigga who came up to me inside another yet with a blank check or a check for that matter and was like, yo, here's some resources. And I've been in these streets for 10 straight since I decided not to read books or to pontificate, but to actually live this shit. That's when everything changed. A nigga could read a book about climbing a mountain, and then you actually climb the mountain. It's a wholly different experience. So you got legends out here like Melchizedek. He is the book of Eli. He is the book of life. Fuck a book smart nigga. He is the book. You gotta open up those books and read them. He'll take your ass into the DeLorean and take you to a time where you didn't even exist. Huh? He has wisdom inside of him through experience. So my years in these streets, you can't give me a price tag. There's no amount of money that you could give me. These experiences that I've been able to gather, and we shared it with the world, and we'll always continuously share with the world. Huh? I am the book of Eli. This is my book. So we haven't. There ain't no rewards for that. My reward is in the cosmos spiritually. It will have to materialize in the Malkuth in the form of a check eventually, but the work is still being done. And I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the experience. When my soul uploads into the hard drive, and then you get to see everything that I saw and everything that I was able to do and the contributions that we put forth, that's my book. So going on that lawn is a homecoming, family. Huh? Don't talk about what hasn't been done in 20 years. The fuck have you done? You a legend amongst yourself. This is know thyself. You a legend amongst yourself. You can't attach yourself to nobody because you wasn't born in the world with no. I'm a twin. Huh? An egg split in half, and I still not attached to nobody. I came here. Well, we came here together, but I came out the womb. He came out breached. He could have not made it. Huh? And I could have made it. So, truth be told, I really did come into this world by myself, even being an egg that's split in two. So I'm gonna leave the world by myself. So my mission ultimately is my own mission. I have to make history, and I have to make myself an immortal on my own through my network with my people, because we all immortals. I'm amongst the immortals. I'm a part of the pantheon of the immortals. So what are you talking about what Farrakhan didn't do in 20 years? What the fuck did you do in 20 years? He has done something. Obviously, he's still relative. He's the only one who's able to bring the industry, the streets, a working class brothers and sisters, brothers on the run eating, and everybody together, the conscious community, the goddamn LBGT community, the Black Lives Matter gonna be there. He's able to bring everybody. The church is gonna be there, the synagogue is gonna be there, the Masons is gonna be there, the Moors is gonna be there, the Shriners will be there, the agents will be there, niggas in the Army, Marines, Air Force, the fucking Coast Guard. So who's able to do that? Let's be real. So, no, you're missing the point. If we at war, they're saying bring 1 million men so we could talk strategy and stratagem, okay? In the state of affairs amongst our people, and you'll be able to what did I say before? Your network is your net worth. So what is your network? I know I got a humongous network of unseen hands, minds, and hearts. You feel what I'm saying? That's power. So going power up. I'm charged up. Huh? We back to back. You was at the first one, you should be at the next one. Don't come all in your feelings. I don't want to hear about Scientology. You could fucking miss me with that. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to hear about none of that. I don't want to hear niggas on the lawn debating religion. I don't want to see no nigga shit, because we will swarm, okay? And adjust you. You will get adjusted on that lawn. Come on that lawn ready to talk about your open enemy. Come on that lawn ready to talk about land. Come on that lawn ready to talk about economics. Come on that lawn ready to talk about power. And that's it. And these babies and these sisters, these families at stake. How the hell we gonna put the black family back together? I wanna know about that. Cause that's the number one issue that we got at hand, B. The family. How the hell could we function without family? Come on, man. Some of us are incomplete right now. So we need to work this shit out. There's gonna be goddesses and queens and available women, you know, and cosmic, you know, curvaceous, you know what I'm saying, prototypes out there. And then there's gonna be those dudes on Facebook that be all thirsty at 4 a.m. poking you all in your inbox. They get to meet you on the lawn. You could get to talk and feel each other out. Make some love connections. Build some families. Okay? So I'm looking at that. We ain't worried about no white boys. We ain't worrying about the drones that's gonna be watching. We ain't worrying about none of that. You know what I'm saying? If you scared, wear a bandana. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. They can't tell you can't gather. You don't care about if they supposed to be scared you niggas is coming together. So yeah, they gonna show their fangs like they showing their fangs now. They gonna pull the wool back. You gonna see the motherfucking skull. Are you scary? Are you gonna be scared? Huh? Do you think God is on a cloud in heaven looking at you because you're at an Islamic gathering, you fucking weirdos? Like, cut it out.
First of all, acknowledge the God atomic, cause I'm dropping more science than Fard Muhammad Papi. Unlikely you ever stop me, never moving sloppy. I walk the street back alleys, case the feds got me. Spitting hot fire, watching cottages melt. But hold up, I'm ahead of myself. 2 feet, walking stealth. Plus I'm on with knowledge of self. Mastering more books than the Kindle I get in you. The esoteric symbols, scarring up the surface of my epidermis. Burning images until you're nervous. System until it hits them. The ancient wisdom in its purest form. That's where it is born.
How's light? Your brother's here. The big OG, Ali the Great. You know how we do it. Converting niggas to gods. It's that time, my G. You better go in. Resurrect them dead souls to God lights. You house the light. You better go in. You on mission, my Heru G. The time has come. The time has come. Resurrect Heru. Resurrect. Niggas to God.
The Asiatic black man, but my skin's yellow. Absorb the sun, melanate on a higher level. I change forms, I could even be the devil, nigga. A rainstorm, but I choose to be a rebel, nigga. Projecting my lethal weapon, infecting anyone stepping in my direction. Burn them up like Epsom, salt on the wound. Since the day I popped out my mama's womb, yo, I been a goon. Shit could get critical when that cushion's in my physical. Listen due to wisdom spewed on instrumental grooves. Got you dancing in the living room. I'm finding you, thoughts from my pine of you.
Yeah.
And change your point of view. Shifting paradigms.
Paradigm shift.
Highs light.
Yeah.
The God body assassin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immortal energy. Transferred and transmitted.
Yeah.
Admitted.
Niggas to God.